futures in the green ahead of Monday's open, the first open for June in 2026. S&P futures up 0.22%, Dow futures up 0.4%, and the Nasdaq up 0.16%. Let's take a look at some cues from last session and where we sit here today. Consumer staples, communication services, and energy stocks recorded the biggest losses on Friday, leading most S&P 500 sectors to a close on a negative note. However, bucking the overall market trend, information technology and financial stocks closed higher. U.S. stock futures rose on Monday after a higher close on Friday, ending the month of May at a record high. The U.S. has undertaken all self-defense strikes in Iran on Sunday as President Trump says Iran wants a deal and urges critics to stop second-guessing his negotiation strategy. Yeah, good luck. According to an update on X by the Central Command, the U.S. carried out strikes in Iran over the weekend, hitting Iranian radar and command and control sites. The strikes were in response to, quote, aggressive Iranian actions, end quote, including the shooting down of a U.S. MQ-1 drone operating over international waters. Investors will keep an eye on the May jobs report this week, slated for Friday release, and earnings from tech heavyweights like Palo Alto Networks, ticker PANW, CrowdStrike Holdings, ticker CRWD, and of course, Broadcom, ticker AVGO. Meanwhile, the 10-year Treasury bond yielded 4.46%, and the 2-year bond was at 4.03%. The CME Group's Fed Watch Tool projection showed that the markets are pricing in a 99.4% likelihood that the Federal Reserve leaves the current interest rates unchanged during the June meeting. Now, we've got several stocks in focus here for you today to put on your watch list, and the first one is going to be Hewlett-Packard Enterprise. Ticker on this one is HPE, and it jumped 6.06% in the pre-market on Friday as it's set to report its second quarter results today. Analysts expect the company to report a 28.7% year-on-year rise in revenue to $9.82 billion, with a 42.11% year-on-year increase in EPS to 54 cents. Also announced a new HPE ProLiant Compute DL394 Gen 12, the latest Nvidia Vera CPU at Computex 2026 in Taipei. Just as a reminder, that Computex event is still going on. We expect more news out of that a little bit to come here. The next stock, is going to be Nvidia. The ticker on this one is NVDA, and it was 1.67% higher as CEO Jensen Huang used the Computex 2026 stage in Taipei to outline a sweeping vision for artificial intelligence infrastructure. They unveiled new AI-focused processors and AI PCs and data center technology as the company expands far beyond its roots as a graphics chip maker. So NVIDIA also going to be in the news. The next stock is going to be Super Microcomputer. The ticker is SMCI. It advanced 1.95% as it announced the launch of 12 new server platforms optimized for the Intel Xeon 6 Plus processors. The next stock on our list is going to be Uber Technologies. The ticker is UBER, and it was up 1.79% as it announced plans with an Israeli-based AutoBrains to launch a robo-taxi program in Munich, pending regulatory approval. The last stock on our list is going to be Credo Technology Group Holdings, or ticker CRDO. It was 2.75% higher as analysts expect it to report earnings of 79 cents on revenue of $432.05 million after the closing bell today.